Now on the Mastiff Radio Network.
Hi, welcome back once again to with Lisa, Phil, and Aaron. This week we are talking to Clementine Moss. She is famous for being in the rock band Zepperella. She has her own music career and her own albums, more of a jazzy vibe to that. And I believe did Philip say you were a shaman?
I work in shamanic spiritual counseling.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Very
Practicing.
nice.
Yeah, practicing in what I wrote it down there. I thought it was interesting. Um, Vipassana meditation, which we can get into that in a little bit.
Yeah.
Different types of meditation, transcendental, whatever.
Let's kind of start with maybe just kind of give us a little about you.
How about that? A little about me? Yeah. Yeah. I have a lot of different aspects to my life. I'm, like you said, I'm a drummer, and that's the way that I make my living as a drummer. I'm also a songwriter, singer, and create my own music in collaboration with different people. I am a writer, and I have written a book about my music career and my spiritual practice, which is another aspect of my life. I'm a spiritual counselor along the lines of Buddhist philosophy, and work in several really wonderful modalities to help people. So I have a counseling practice doing that as well. So those are kind of the main highlights, I guess you would say, of Clem. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I got a counseling question for you.
Yeah.
If I were to present an issue that I'm having in my marriage, for instance, Philip doesn't shut anything. Doors,
doesn't what?
Lights. He doesn't shut things.
Oh.
Doors, lights, you name it.
Are you saying I can't close the deal?
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Sure,
Phil and Lisa, your audio seems off this time.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
How's that?
Probably.
I think okay. Philip's gonna work on that.
Hold on.
So, are you able to hear me? Okay.
I can hear you, but it's not
Clementine,
like high fidelity.
Okay. Okay. I blame him. He's the computer guy. But seriously, he won't. So, would you try to counsel us to try and figure out how to make Philip close things, or would you try and counsel me to get over it?
Is that any better?
That is.
Okay.
Great. Okay.
It seems like it would definitely be a conversation to be had between the two of you, as to why it is that he needs to leave everything ajar, and why it is.
Sounds like you're looking for a referee and not a.
But yeah, why it is that it bothers you.
Well, no,
yeah.
I'm wondering what would be, well, it just, okay, I go into the kitchen and I have to close 4 cabinets before I can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't reach the counter.
So is the onus on me to have therapy?
Are they high cabinets or low cabinets?
Both. Doesn't seem to matter. I find drawers open.
Are you banging your head or legs on them?
The bedroom door is supposed to be closed because our cat has IBS and he gets in there and goes to the bathroom. But yes, I have banged my legs. I have banged my head. Not more recently since the wheelchair, but still, it has happened.
Yeah.
And I just wondered.
It's just a triggering thing.
Yeah.
I believe.
And Phil, why is it that you don't want to close the cabinets?
Wow. We're diving. We're going off in the directions I didn't expect, but that's cool.
Maybe your hands are full from whatever you got out of the cabinet.
Yeah, okay, so I guess I get I don't do it of my own volition, I guess. Mm-hmm. I don't have the inner voice that tells me, oh, you forgot to do that, go and do that. I've got I got tunnel vision for one thing. It's like if I'm thinking about something and I'm making a sandwich or doing something, a lot of times I'll leave like I'll hear the alarm of the fridge go off, and then I'll have to go back and close it or something.
That's the one door he does shut now.
Because of the alarm. Yeah,
because it goes beep, beep.
But like when I go golfing, I tend to lose clubs on the course because I'll take 2 clubs with me up to the green, and I'll leave the pitching wedge at the side of the green or something. That's just me. I mean, but maybe that's not a good way. Maybe that's not good. Maybe I need to meditate.
Not really that big an issue. It was just a point.
So what would I do to try to retrain myself to be, from a meditation point of view? What might I do?
Is that not the kind of counseling that you think of?
Well, no. I mean, there's lots of, like in any counseling, there are lots of things to examine in that. I mean, seems like you're either like incredibly focused to the exclusion of everything else, or you're kind of in a bit of a void when you're going about like tasks that you're in, repetitious kind of things, and your mind is somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
And so, things like meditation, mindfulness training can kind of help you to be really present in where you are. But, I have good friends who are very dreamy and are very creative people and are often in their own head. I have a friend whose husband is routinely doing things like, putting the soap in the refrigerator and, the toilet paper in the shower, just kind of these mindless things. And yet he is incredibly competent as a as a creative force. So,
right.
It seems like maybe the practical is really the way to go. Like, put a little alarm on the things, or put a little spring on the door so that when you open it, you have to hold it open in order to get stuff out so that it springs back, right? And then, yeah, and then for Lisa, like, those things that are so annoying about our partners, that's a lifetime of of having to deal with having been in a marriage for 25 years, right? I understand that there are things that that are certain things that you
going on 32.
that you have to let go of. And and then other things that you really have to stand your ground and be like, look, I'm feeling now at this point like I'm really being discounted, and my feelings are being discounted, and the other person needs to really acknowledge that. Do their best.
I have some drumming questions now.
All right. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you.
Yeah.
What's the most interesting or unusual beat you've had to learn? And what's the most interesting or unusual beat you've made up?
Okay. I don't know that I could really tell you that. Everything that I play, I really see drumming as a conversation with the other instruments that I'm having, and and to the song, in doing justice to the song. So there are those drummers, really wonderful drummers, who really are known for being, for their really technical, being highly technical, being maybe like the fastest drummer or the most technical drummer, or the oddest time guy who plays in the oddest time. And for me, drumming has always really been in service of the song. And so it's difficult for me to say. I mean, there are definitely beats that I will always be challenged by. Usually those have to do with, like if I try to play a reggae beat, it's very backwards to me, right? Like because of where the drum beats are landing, it's
Frank
like
Zappa
opposite.
Actually had his band play reggae backwards.
Yeah, it's like reggae is kind of upside down to me. And honestly, a lot of jazz is too, because for me, as a rock drummer, the bass of it is my right foot, right? It's that constant beat. But for a jazz drummer, the thing keeping time is the right hand, the hi-hat. I mean, the hi-hat or the ride cymbal. That's where all the time is. And the bass drum is accenting. It's not the keeper of the time. And so when I try to play jazz, I feel completely flipped upside down, same as in reggae. So So I would say those things. I
So
mean,
jazz and reggae.
yeah, I mean,
Are
those
things
are
to.
things that are not they're not endemic to me. You know, I grew up
Mhm.
listening to rock and roll, and that's really what's kind of in my body. So I feel like I'm really kind of a one-trick pony when it comes to drumming. Yeah.
Okay.
And yet, when I listen to your solo
Well,
work, it sounds like there's a lot of it's jazz infused. Like there's a lot of jazz, and
Yeah, yeah, but I'm not playing drums. I'm not playing jazz drums. I'm playing kind of a simplified rock beat underneath a lot of the jazz infused stuff. Yeah.
And that might be why I liked it a little more. I'm
Thank you.
I'm not a I'm not a jazz baby.
well,
Mm-hmm.
also, I mean,
No offense to anyone else's taste in the world. Just that's my personal
well,
journey.
there's also we did
Yeah.
the 200 song Led Zeppelin bracket over the summer, the 8-part bracket that we did, and
yeah.
during that, I think Lisa got a little bit
They only
lost.
released like 98 songs or something, and it's ridiculous that we had 200. And
Well, yeah,
We had to listen to
I
have
think
some of them 6
think
times.
the guy that set it up chose every Zeppelin song available on Spotify. So
Oh, wow.
Whether it
all
was live or
the O2
I don't know, I guess
versions and
right.
all
Like
yeah,
the bootleg stuff. Yeah, yeah.
little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if
all of
any
it.
was
Yeah.
actual bootleg stuff, but a lot of live stuff,
Hmm
a lot of
Uh-huh.
BBC
Uh-huh.
stuff.
Right. And that
Mm-hmm.
was Jeremy,
Mm-hmm.
and you were on his show a couple weeks ago, or maybe a
That's
month
right.
ago.
Oh,
That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
right.
spoke to
Yeah,
Jeremy.
Yeah.
he talked about that. That's right. He talked
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
that.
yeah. He
Yeah. Yeah.
he didn't do it a favor. He should have left it to the 100 or so
Well, yeah,
released.
Yeah.
he stepped
Right.
in it because he was trying to give Zeppelin the
Yeah.
gravitas that he felt like they deserved, but they took every little piece of music
Yeah,
Jimmy Page
every
ever
rough
released.
mix.
Yeah.
Hmm
Right. Right.
Yeah, I have the Rolling Stones, a bunch of Rolling Stones kind of rough mixes of it, which is really
Mhm.
fascinating as a musician to listen to. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, like what makes the one? And you really
Mhm.
you get an idea about that when you're listening to the ones that didn't make it, the mixes that didn't make it. And it's like, oh, like right there, you can hear how it's like more
Yeah.
alive, or
Mhm.
it's like they
Right.
found
Right.
the groove, right? Yeah, it's
Right.
And
interesting.
I think maybe if with something like that, if they had been in order by songs, you know, like you're saying,
Oh, it's so
then
you heard the same, like different versions of the
We heard
same
like 8
song.
Moby Dicks. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
like one was in week 1 and one week, different weeks. They weren't all the Moby Dicks together or
I
all
Well,
think
the
I
that would have
think
been
you're
worse.
lucky. Yeah, I think you're lucky in that case.
Right.
I don't know
No,
that
because
I
we
would
still
want to
had to
listen to
listen
eight
to the
Moby Dicks all the
questionable
way.
ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We
yeah.
still had to listen to the bad ones, just not all in a row.
There are no bad ones. There are no bad ones.
Smile
There
and
were
nod, Lisa.
there was some lesser quality stuff on there.
Right.
Yes, there was.
Well,
Stuff I didn't need to hear.
but then Jeremy had the nerve to tell, like, complain about it when it was like his list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, because I
Like you
picked,
made the list.
I'm like, I picked Led Zeppelin. I made a legitimately good choice, but then
You
anyway,
didn't know it was going to be
I,
what, eight
I,
Yeah.
months?
I
More
enjoyed
than
it.
double the number of songs they released. Yeah.
Right,
Right.
right.
But I was saying this to Lisa before, when we're getting ready. I was like, Led Zeppelin.
We don't mean to shit on you, Jeremy, if you're out there.
No,
No,
not at all.
no,
Not
no.
at all.
We
Not at all.
appreciate it.
In fact, when he
Yeah,
told
yeah.
me that he had Clementine on his show, I was like, well, that'd be perfect for me and Aaron and Lisa now too, having heard all that. We just did that. We were huge fans back in the 80s. We were always like a generation behind. We were like living in the 70s when we went to high school together in the 80s. And
Yeah.
Zeppelin was like our biggest, group at the time.
John Bonham actually died on my 12th birthday, but I don't think I knew that for several weeks.
Oh
We didn't
gosh.
have MTV and everything yet
Well,
Oh
in
lucky you.
1980.
gosh.
Yeah,
September,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah, we didn't get MTV
25th.
until high school.
Right. But I think, doesn't Zeppelin, like Aaron, you might agree, Aaron, Lisa disagreed with me. But don't you think that there is a definite softer side or more feminine side to Led Zeppelin than, say, Black Sabbath,
Oh
Well,
yeah.
yeah, you didn't
Deep
specifically say.
Purple, or
I mean, maybe AC/DC because it's a little more melodic to me.
when you think of the acoustic music, and then a lot of the,
I can't think of anything feminine about AC/DC.
no, 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 no.
Other
So
other than Led Zeppelin's shirts, I
An
am
all-female AC/DC band, tribute band would be interesting to see, though.
yeah.
but
There's
Or would it? I don't know.
I have a theory that the shirts that Robert Plant wears on stage are his daughter's shirts.
yeah, right. Like the song remains the same. Yeah, that's
See, honey, I love you. I wore your shirt on tour.
She was 5 years old.
right. But what I'm getting at is when I see some of these tribute bands that come around,
It's a real fine way to start.
even the Jason Bonham Experience, I'm thinking, I missed out on seeing Led Zeppelin. I don't necessarily know if I want to go see a tribute band, but if it's got a different, like Zepperella, I'm looking at the videos and I'm like, that's interesting. You got an all-female group. Zeppelin has this kind of mystical side to it. I think it really works, when I look at it, especially, do you always perform in white suits? It's like every video I saw, everybody had white on. It was like, that was pretty cool. Like when they did the O2 Arena show, they all wore black, they were all, it was kind of a different vibe for Zeppelin. I think it brings a different, newer energy to the music. Zepperella, or I think there's another band out there called Led Zeppelin, but I think having that female angle brings.
They actually played here a couple months ago.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
you're based in Northern California, Clem?
Yeah, in San Francisco. Yeah, I feel like there are a lot of Led Zeppelin bands, and it's kind of cool that everybody kind of brings their own interpretation to it, right? There are bands that will play like the whole album exactly as what was played. There are bands that will play that will really try to like imitate the live, thing of the band. There are bands that will look up some of the live versions and learn those note for note. So everybody I feel like has their own take on things.
Does anybody remember Forests?
Yeah, right.
I mean, the good thing about being all women is that we don't really have that pressure of having to look like them or act like them. People don't really expect that of us. So that is something that makes it easier. I think if you're a male tribute band paying tribute to a male band, there's always that question like, should we put on the wigs or should we just and we get to kind of
wear the 6-inch platforms.
Yeah, and we get to kind of approach it from just a purely musical standpoint.
Right.
So, and really try to emulate the feeling of the 4 musicians on stage and that energy that was created there, and with all the improvisation and everything that goes into it.
Right.
A couple years before COVID, I did see a Zeppelin tribute band at the Palomino. I think they were called Bustle in Your Hedgerow. They were pretty good.
Cool.
I guess there's that age-old, battle. Are you trying to celebrate the music? Or are you trying to do, kind of do a costume show or something? Or are you trying to, it's like I don't.
Yeah, they weren't really costumed up. It was the music. Yeah.
Right.
Are there like
it really depends on the type of band it is too. If you're going to be a Kiss band, and you don't wear the makeup, it's going to be kind of a bummer for people, right?
Right.
And if you're going to do the tribute to the Grateful Dead, no one's going to expect you to look like Jerry Garcia, right? They just want to go there because they want the jam band experience, and hear those songs. So, it's kind of nice to be able to go and hear songs that in a smaller venue that performed live that nobody ever got to see performed live. It's been a long time since anybody got to see AC/DC in a 400-seat rock club, and that music is really immediate, and it was written for 400-seat rock clubs, right? I mean, it's so exciting. So,
True enough.
So it's kind of neat I think, for people to revisit the songs that really, I mean, Led Zeppelin's music is, people have told us, when my dad was dying, that's what he listened to. When my child was born, that's what they listened to. This song played at our wedding. this is stuff that's really dear to people's hearts. So no matter, how you approach it, you kind of have to, keep that in mind, that it's important to people. Yeah.
Right.
Do they ever get like a kind of a the way Vegas does Elvis, where they have all the Elvis impersonators come together? Do they ever do like tribute
Oh, is there
band
a Zeppelin tribute
gatherings?
festival or something with all the?
Yeah. Thank you.
There might be. There might be. I know there's something in Hawaii I heard about, like a kind of a Zeppelin couple day festival, where they had a couple different of the bands and stuff. But we haven't participated in anything like that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the music,
Good
the
excuse to
drum,
go to Hawaii.
right?
Yeah, I know. Good excuse.
Yeah, right.
The drum. I mean, Bonham's style is power, right? I mean, very powerful, very loud and vigorous. I mean, it seems like that would be it. That would be a challenge. It would seem like for a drummer to take on, when the levee breaks, or the immigrant song or something where you're really pounding the drums and you're keeping time. Do you find that to be a challenge to get through like an entire live show doing that? I mean, is it physically taxing to do?
It's very
Show.
physical. Yeah, it's very physical. I mean, we play a 2 hour set, and there's a lot of power. There's a lot of energy that goes into it. I think that the real challenge for me is just in, the reason Bonham is known for being one of the greatest rock drummers is because the drumming feels so good. It affects every Zeppelin song in a really special way. There's a particular feel that's individual to him, right? And so to try to emulate that thing that's very nebulous, it's very hard to approach. Somebody else, like somebody's feel is like somebody's, I don't know, the way that they touch something, and it's very, it's kind of delicate to try to get inside of making things feel the way that Zeppelin songs feel. It's not about just learning the parts, which is a challenge as well because he had great technique, but it's also just about, really trying to make it feel good. And it's funny because there are, of all of the different people that I've ever seen play Led Zeppelin's music, everybody kind of picks something out of his playing that they like to focus on. Like some people really like to focus on the R&B aspect of it, the real groovy aspect of it. Some people like to focus on the power of it. Some people like to focus on the precision of it. Some people like to focus on the technicality of it. And everybody is correct. His drumming was so nuanced and so in so many aspects. It was such a deep level of drumming that all of those ways of interpreting it are good. To be able to put all of that together is the real magic, and I don't know that any of us have ever accomplished that because, none of us are him. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, and I think Robert Plant was probably right when he, unfortunately, when he kind of said it's really not Led Zeppelin. Our friend Mooney was right. That's not Zeppelin without John Bonham in it.
Yeah,
Can't go home again.
we were in the cafeteria before school the Monday after Live Aid. And we said, "Hey man, did you see Zeppelin?" And he said, "That wasn't Zeppelin, man." Truer words were never spoken.
Right.
Yeah. It's true. He really was one of a kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hate to cut you guys off on a sad note,
Got another
but
anecdote about me?
no,
Oh.
no. But I think we should talk about Clementine's newer stuff and her solo career a little bit because given their head, so to speak, these guys will talk about Zeppelin for an hour.
That's okay. I thought that's why we were here.
That's her job.
Well, yeah, but we want to talk about the whole person.
Well, yeah, we heard some songs that we like. What was it? Was it LT, the Lieutenant Blues? Was it? We heard that. That was really good. what comes immediately to mind is the jazz influences on your solo work. To me, I don't know. I'm a novice, but it's like I saw in the description Nora Jones, Tom Waits. You can hear that. I like Nora Jones. Didn't she win a Grammy one year? Didn't she?
At least.
For
yeah.
I think I saw St. Vincent listed in there too, right?
Yeah, I'm really primarily a lyricist, right? Because I'm a writer. The lyrics are really important to me, and so many years ago, 15 years ago, I thought, well, if I'm going to write the lyrics, then I probably should figure out how to sing them and create songs with them. Because lyrics for me come out of drum beats, like I create drum beats and then lyrics come from that. I work with different guitarists to collaborate on the music. So the way that I usually write is I'll write a drum beat. Usually it's a combination of electronic and live drums, and then I'll come up with a vocal melody and words out of that. And then whoever I'm working with, I'll give them kind of the basic progression that I'm hearing, and then they'll fill that in. In that record that you're talking about, I was working with the guitarist Daniele Guittardo. In that, I've worked with a guitarist named Justin Cockett in a project I had called Stars Turn Me On, which was a lot more Americana. And
Did you say a guitarist named Guittardo?
Yes, Daniele Guittardo. He's from Italy, and he's a wonderful composer and
he's
guitarist.
Aptly named, right?
Yeah.
Aptly named. I know. Yeah, Steve Vai said he was one of his said he was his favorite new guitarist coming up, which was a big compliment.
It's high praise.
Yeah. And then my friend Justin, we did a couple of albums with. I worked with a woman named Adrienne Connor who does play in a AC/DC tribute band named Hell's Bells.
Oh, wow.
That was another project. Right now I only have the most recent stuff up on the internet, but I'm kind of gradually re-releasing some of the old stuff. So that's kind of the way that's happening. Yeah.
It was really nice. Yeah, we really enjoyed listening to it tonight over dinner.
So, thank you.
Yeah,
thank
we had a Cincinnati dinner of Gold Star chili.
Cincinnati style chili with cheese on conies.
And we're not doing an ad for them because they never replied to my emails. But all right, so but if we did, Aaron does a good rendition of the Gold Star Chili song. Remember?
And yes, there is chocolate in the chili, in case you're wondering.
Okay, so
there really is chocolate in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. So, Aaron, are you a musician? Are you a drummer?
Nope. I'm just a music aficionado, I guess.
Connoisseur.
Yeah.
Connoisseur. Yeah.
My favorite living drummer is John Fishman of Fish right now. And they're in their annual New Year's run at Madison Square Garden right now. So
wow, they do
take
so
the
well.
stage in an hour or so. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's great.
Real fashion plate there, John Fishman. Yep. So I saw something that
the donut moo-moo, you're good to go.
Damn. I saw that you had sat in on Seth Meyers' band on some occasion. Is that true? What's the story behind that?
I miss Seth Meyers' band.
No, I know they ran out of money for it, so they canceled it. I did a week. Fred Armisen was the house band leader.
Fan of his.
And he
was never there though.
Yeah, when he would be out of town, which is quite often, he would bring in other drummers, and the producer of the show was a really big fan of drummers. He was a drummer himself, and a real big fan of drummers. So it was like very drum centric, that that band. So yeah, I flew to New York and was on it 4 nights, and it was really, really difficult, and it was really hard. Yeah, it's really hard. It's a
Challenging.
it's a yeah, it was super challenging because, if you're, you have a lot of, you spend the day kind of writing the musical parts, going in this little room with the other musicians in the band, and writing the little parts, the walk-on music, or the music leading into the commercial, or all of those kind of little parts. I think there are 6 parts that you write, and then we record them. And then, like Seth is doing his monologue or whatever, and then when we go to commercial, a minute beforehand, they play the part in your head. And then they say, somebody counts it down on their fingers, and when it reaches 10, I start. And then, when he counts down on his fingers, and when he reaches 10, I stop. And I'm leading it. So if I mess it up, I mess it up for everybody.
Oh, yeah, you hate being an
Yeah.
instrument.
No pressure.
And then, yeah, it was
It's
pressure.
always
And
okay
then,
being in the back at the dance recital.
I know. And then when the guests would walk on, we'd play the music, the walk-on music, and then as soon as they started to bend, the goal was to have like the end hit come right when their butt hit the seat, and so it's hard. It's really hard.
Is that why
that
some
does
people,
sound, yeah.
have you ever seen celebrities come out and then fake sit down and get up and face
One
That's
of
Are they
them,
rough.
messing with the
one of the
band?
celebrities kind of did that a little bit, like took a long time to sit down, and
Oh man, that's
so
crazy. That's
yeah,
like,
and then if I mess up, the producer's there and is like, okay, that was not right. You have to do it right the next time. Make sure that you do it this time. So you're called out immediately in your headset as you're there, like, in front of the audience and in front of, the
wow.
however many people are watching. So yeah, it was very, very challenging.
Just so you know, the audience at home has no clue.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
seamless.
Yeah.
Now you've told me.
Yeah, they make it seamless. And everybody there was super, super nice. And it was right down the hall from Saturday Night Live, which was, a real big deal. I got to walk down the hall and like see the Saturday
Yeah.
Night Live
From
set,
8G to
and
8H, I guess.
yeah, and get to see that. And then I got to go down a floor to I just got to really look around and see these places that, you'd only seen on TV. So it was
Did you meet
really
Lauren?
neat. I didn't meet Lauren, but I saw the table. They were out for the table read, and I saw all of the
Oh,
name
wow.
cards, and I saw his name card all laid out on the table,
That's
getting ready
cool.
for the
Wow.
thing. That was really neat.
Cool.
So who was
Yeah.
the biggest heavy hitter that you ran into that week? Like guest or SNL personality? Or...
And of course, the amazing Seth Meyers.
Oh yeah, of course.
I did get to meet Seth. He was incredibly generous and kind. That was really wonderful. And I didn't really meet the guests because, it was just the way that it kind of all rolled out.
Yeah.
So I did get to see the guest for Saturday Night Live that week from the back. And what's his name again? He was married to Lisa Bonet.
Jason
Lenny
Momoa.
Kravitz?
Yeah, Jason Momoa.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jason
yeah.
Momoa. Okay.
I
Wow.
got to
I
see
was
him
right
from the
too.
got to see him
You
from the
were,
back.
yes.
Yeah, got to see him from the back. So
That's not a bad view.
Yeah,
Well,
I know. That was pretty cool.
our Midwestern sensibilities step up and mandate that we ask about brushes with celebrities every time chance we get. So.
I once got driven home by an Olympic boxer.
Oh yeah. Larry
Wow.
Diamond. Yeah.
Amazing. Wow, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the name of your book was From Buddha to Bonham and Back. Is that right?
From Bonham to Buddha and back.
Oh, I had it backwards. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But so how does sort of the suggestion is that your meditation practice is very much intertwined with your musical journey. So
It is, yeah.
so how would how would you help us understand that a little bit better? I mean,
Yeah.
is there a therapy
Well,
method that includes music in the method? Or
no, it's more that I've found meditation, spiritual practice, around the time that I found drumming, and um, I realized after a great number of years that when I'm behind the drum kit and I'm playing on stage, I'm really what I'm doing is I'm trying to not listen to all of the thoughts running through my mind, just allow them to kind of move through me so that I can fall into that kind of calm center of myself so that the music can kind of play through me. If I start getting wrapped up in thinking about, oh my God, what about that fill that's coming up? Or I messed that up, or, all of those things that kind of spin around in our head, those thoughts, that'll just keep me playing badly, and the more I can let a lot of that internal dialogue go and just kind of be present with what is and allow myself to just play without that discursive thought within myself, I play better. And I realized that same kind of internal still place is the same place that I'm always looking for when I'm sitting down and meditating. So I began to see that my music career was a good metaphor for people who are like, why should I even bother meditating? We always hear like, you should meditate, mindfulness, all this stuff. And I felt like I could write about the ways that it benefits me in every part of my life, even though my life is very noisy. It's like when I go out on the road, I'm driving the van, I'm getting to the venue, I'm unloading the van, I'm dealing with the promoter, I'm like doing all the work, driving everybody to the hotel, getting up early, like all the stuff that goes on in a crazy day of a show is the same. Like I still use a lot of the lessons that I'm learning when I'm on the meditation mat about, not being reactive and, all of these ways of being able to just be really peaceful within myself as I'm moving through the world. And that gives me a lot of stamina. It gives me a lot of ability to just, kind of take things as they are. And I think a music career really teaches you that you need to just be okay with what is. In the course of a day of a show, there are 40 things that can go wrong or be, completely throw you off your game, put you in a different mindset, and being able to recognize that, we have control over our perception. We have control over the way that we're approaching the world, and that the way the world is affecting us, we can make those decisions without feeling like we're just kind of being bumped from like crisis to crisis. Can be really helpful. And so when I wrote the book, I thought that was, I'd use my music career as kind of a metaphor to show, the benefit of that kind of stuff.
Hmm,
Yeah.
well put. I can see where our original conversation was heading there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it could be a benefit to Aaron's Aaron is a follower of manifesting your destiny. Basically, is that right, Aaron? I don't want to put
Yeah,
words in your mouth.
it's a lot of meditation stuff basically
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
It really does kind of translate like over time. You see how it just
Mhm.
translates into every moment, of your life to a great benefit, I think. Yeah.
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 Um,
You reminded me to meditate a little bit while you were talking. I could still hear you, but I had a few
right.
affirmations to go over.
Well,
Yeah, once you kind of find that place within you, that still, kind of eternally quiet place, it's always there, and the more that you recognize that you can kind of live from that place. Yeah.
And I think from a different perspective, the ADHD hyperfocus is, in a sense, a type of meditation.
Mm. Well,
mean,
they really, in Buddhism, they really talk about, we cultivate awareness, right? And we cultivate concentration. And those two things are very different. And when you cultivate concentration and you're able to focus on one thing, say just your breath, like focusing on it so that your mind stays in that place longer and longer and longer without moving out, then what happens is your awareness, that background awareness of kind of everything becomes, deeper. And so, that ADHD focus that you're talking about, where you're focused very clearly on one thing, if you were to use that same energy to do something like, keep bringing your mind back to one thing over and over and over, that awareness behind you might open up. It sounded like Phil is like really in awareness, but his concentration isn't always, his straight focus isn't always there, right? Yeah.
I think that's what my boss put on my last review, actually.
We know he's aware. We know he's
got the
breathing,
big
but we don't know
picture.
what
He
he's
just
doing.
drops the details sometimes.
That's
No,
right.
but I think you're onto something. I do, I don't know what you call it, a focus or something like that, to the exclusion of other important things.
Mhm.
So,
Do we want to get working on our Elite 8? Are you good with that?
I just
What
want to.
time is it? Yeah, about 12 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about the right time. I was going to ask the shaman question because Aaron calls Lisa's brother a shaman. We don't know exactly what all that entails, but I was going to ask you what it entails because I know that you're well versed in shamanism, right? So.
Yeah, I could tell you in a minute, which is
Okay.
basically, shamanism is basically earth-based wisdom, right? A shaman is someone who looks at the natural world um, and interprets its messages for the tribe. And a lot of the times, a shaman will journey to the part of the natural world that is unseen and go to get messages or healing. And the way that they go on those journeys is through either the repetitive sound of a drum or through taking plant medicine or some kind of thing like that, or doing some very difficult thing to their body that puts them in that altered state. So it really is about healing and about really being connected to the natural world and all of the messages that it has. And every culture and humanity has a shamanic background. It's not based in culture. It's just basically humanity 40,000 years ago listened to the sound of a drum to get wisdom from the earth. So
Yeah.
that's it.
I think what you guys were referring to was more plant medicine based.
Yeah.
It might have been synthetic.
Right.
Now, I do kind of often wonder if maybe the demonization of marijuana didn't come from a place of putting down Native Americans. Still,
There are a lot of traditions that were really, even the playing of a drum, when Western religion came in, one of the first things they did was outlaw the drum because the drummers were women and they were the medicine people of the tribe. So to outlaw, no women can play
They outlawed
music.
drums for slaves too.
Yeah. And so
Wow.
to outlaw things like those particular things sends a big, it's
Direct strike.
puts a break.
Yeah.
It kind of puts a break in the culture.
Yeah, and I firmly believe that body rhythms can affect health. So yeah, and not just mental health.
All right, Lisa, since you brought it up, why don't you do, we should say Clementine Moss. We should mention our guest, Clementine Moss, the author of From Bottom to Buddha and Back, right? And the founder and lead drummer of Zepperella, as well as her own burgeoning.
Presumably the only drummer.
The only drummer. Thank you, Aaron. And also the solo artist. So we've covered a lot of ground here, and so we left enough time to play our silly game here at the end. This should be really easy for us since we're all Zeppelin fans here. I'm
going to be the hostess
Lisa's
because
gonna be the host.
and the least of the Zeppelinists of the.
And it would prevent
And
ties.
I have heard Led Zeppelin before we listened to Led Zeppelin. Just so you know, I'm not a complete Led Zeppelin, plebe.
Yeah.
So this week,
if you did love Zeppelin, Jeremy might have driven it out of you.
Yeah, you might not have.
He tried. The Elite 8 Zepp songs showcasing Bonham's drumming. Moby Dick versus Bonzo's Montreux.
Who's going?
Oh, I have to choose?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I choose. I would say I really like Bonzo's Montreux just because it's I don't know. I just like the rhythm of it. Yeah, it's fun.
Philip?
I'm right there with you. I love Bonzo's Montreux. I read that it was done over like multiple sessions in studio, and I don't give a shit because I think it's amazing. It's like melodic. It's amazing.
It's melodic. Yeah.
Aaron?
All the steel drums and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw Moby Dick a vote, but Bonzo's Montreux moves on.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's mostly just got I love hearing Robert Plant's voice in my head saying, "John Bonham, Moby Dick."
Philip, you're going first this time. When the levee breaks versus the ocean.
120 pounds of glory, Mr. John Bonham.
We got full already, and now we're steady, and then they went 1, 2.
Busy bum. We done 4 already, but now we're steady, and then they went oochie-coo, 1, 2, 3, 4, oochie-coo.
So I'm going with the ocean. I love when levee breaks, but Clementine talked about all the things that Bonham was, and it wasn't just power. I'm going to go with the ocean.
Aaron?
Yeah, I love the ocean. I mean, when the levee breaks, so that's a signature Bonham song.
Yeah, I got to go with the levee.
Okay. Well, so who moves on? The ocean moves on against tide.
Playing first for Sticks versus Nobody's Fault But Mine.
I like Nobody's Fault because Four Sticks isn't really a song. It's just really a really killer riff,
It's a jam,
yeah, it's a jam. So I really like the song.
Oh baby, the river's red. There's lyrics.
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron? Four Sticks or Nobody's Fault?
Yeah, I love Presence. It's going to be Nobody's Fault But Mine.
Okay, Philip?
Yeah, it's going to be a sweep. I think Presence. One of our good friends on the Rock and Roll Heaven podcast loves Zeppelin also, but he thinks Presence is their worst album. I'm like, I don't think so. I think it's the best album.
Think so.
And the drumming on Nobody's Fault But Mine, I felt it's powerful, but it's also seems, I don't know, to a novice it seems more complicated than some of the other songs. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, it's a sweep. Nobody's Fault But Mine.
It's important for your mental health to take responsibility. Sorry, I couldn't pass that one up. Okay.
Interesting.
Achilles' Last Stand or The Crunch? Philip, take it away.
Oh, you're giving me that's probably safest. That way somebody can fix my wrong later in the game here. But oh my God, that is terrible. That's really tough.
I know, it's brutal for me.
Yeah. God. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go with The Crunch. Even though I love Achilles' Last Stand better, I'm going to go with The Crunch just because it's so prominent. The drumming's so prominent in that song. But yeah, there you go.
Aaron?
It's prominent in Achilles' Last Stand too, though. I'm gonna stick with my presence, love.
No hate.
Clementine.
Yeah, I gotta go with Achilles. I mean, it's a masterpiece. Yeah.
Okay.
I was listening to it before this, and it's like the drum doesn't even kick in until minute and 23 seconds or something like that. But then it's just like unbelievable.
It's full on. Yeah.
Okay. And we are in round 2, or as other people call it, the final 4.
Right.
Okay. Bonzo's Montreux versus, am I saying that correctly? Good.
Yeah.
I thought so. Oh, versus the Ocean.
Ocean.
Yep. The Ocean.
Philip.
I'm gonna throw one to Bonzo's Montreux, but I totally get it.
Okay.
On the Lake Geneva shoreline.
Nobody's Fault But Mine versus Achilles' Last Stand.
Oh goddamn.
Achilles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a sweep. Those songs are both.
I couldn't not for Jeremy and Harley. I could not pull out.
What do you think the object would look like up here next to Tinkerbell, Phil?
Oh, that'd be fantastic. I bet you can get one. I don't know how much you'd pay for it. I'm sure Amazon's got one.
We should get objects, man. You should put one up on your bookcase.
That's a great idea.
Those are all Aaron's Disney Employee Awards.
Oh, I love that. Tinkerbell is really cool.
Yeah, she was 25 years.
Wow, that's cool.
Those are really cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure those are worth quite a bit.
Yeah.
And the gold.
25th year, I got a greenhouse out of a little catalog.
A greenhouse?
Yeah, it broke as we were putting it together. It was plastic.
So what you're saying is the worst gift you ever got was not given to you by me.
No, although you come a close second. A very close second.
Did we finish?
Yeah.
Fine, we'll see.
Okay. And now for the final 2. The Ocean versus Achilles' Last Stand.
Easy.
Have you done both of these songs in a live?
No, we do the Ocean a lot. We've never done Achilles. Achilles is really a monster.
That's gonna be tough.
Yeah. And I do want to do it. I've been working on it, but we haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear
Achilles. Achilles to me is like kind of the pinnacle of his drumming. Yeah.
I'm glad I put it on my list then. Wow.
Now, is that more the drumming? Is there like a specific song that the drumming would hold up your mastery of the song versus like maybe one of your other bandmates, the guitar playing or the singing?
Great question.
Well, it's a trip that we've always found is that if it's really a bear for Gretchen, my guitarist, it's easier for me. And if it's hard on the drums, it's easier for her. So it's like, for instance, in Heartbreaker, there's that guitar solo in there where at one point he's playing 60 notes in one bar.
Oh,
and she's got to do that.
Yeah.
And for me,
and then she gets down there and gets on the tuner and go.
Yeah, for me, the drumming is very simple, so that's pretty.
And that might be the way they do it on, that maybe that's why they wrote them. The way they.
I don't. Yeah, or maybe one person needs more, more support, and so they're like in the supportive role. Although I think Achilles might be difficult for both of us. It's basically a powerhouse drum part and like the whole song she's soloing. So that's a little more difficult. Yeah.
Okay, so the Ocean versus Achilles' Last Stand. I didn't get the votes.
Well, we only got one from Clementine, and she said Achilles.
I'm Achilles.
Okay, honey.
Yeah, Achilles. I'm glad we're bringing some love to that song because I don't think people really do acknowledge presence for the masterpiece that it is. Kind of.
Yeah, it is a great one. Yeah. Wonderful. Good. I'm glad we're all in agreement.
Yeah.
This was cool. It was nice to meet you, Clementine.
What?
It was nice to meet you. This was cool.
Yeah. It's very nice to meet you.
Super nice to meet you.
Where can people find your book and your music?
Yeah, everything that I do is on clemthegreat.com. The book is on Amazon, and I read it as well. If people like to listen to books rather than read,
We do. Aaron doesn't. We do.
I hear them both ways. They listening and reading, and paper. It translates into my brain exactly the same. So
I'm kind of that way too. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, this has been fantastic. We knew it would be. Been
Thank
really
you
quick
guys so
hour.
much.
One last question, real quick.
Sure.
Hopefully, is there anything we did not discuss that you like to highlight when you're on a podcast?
I don't think so. Zepperella just came out with a new album, which is on vinyl, and it's super
cool.
beautiful.
Oh, cool!
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And
Getting that.
the artwork is really pretty. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I think I
guess
caught
that's
that when I
awesome.
browsed out to the website. I think I saw that. It looked really nice.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
All right. Well, Clementine, it's been a blast. So you
Oh,
have
it's been so wonderful. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
We'll look for you coming through
Namaste.
Cincinnati, hopefully someday. So.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
All right.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.